welcome back to my channel, Strawberries. Ready? Okay. Today,
I'm really excited.
I've gotten this request from a few of my girlies.
She was a fairy.
Also not girlies.
She was a fairy.
And so today's video is going to be for my single girlies. Gender inclusivity here, because I know I've got some men watching me. Love you guys. Okay. Sorry, I'm a little sick. You guys have no idea how awkward it is when I film these. It's so spaced out because I know that I can edit it. So like I edit out the awkward parts, but most of the time in my intros, I'm literally like just like dawdling around. Okay, so before we get into the piles, we will be doing 3 different piles today. So before we get into the piles, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, I offer personal one-on-one sessions where we FaceTime for anywhere from 30 minutes to 45 minutes. I've got different options, and you can tell me your story, we can connect, and I can give you a reading on whichever option it is that you chose. So I will put my options right here. And then if you don't want to get a one-on-one reading and you want something that's like less personal, something that's just less like you and me are talking right here, right now, then I do have recorded readings. And recorded readings are pretty much like you get a YouTube reading. So you ask me a question or you tell me your story, and you just tell me as much or as little as you want, except I would make sure that you let me know the person's name and if you're in contact or not, if you are like asking about a person, like a connection. And then I will send you back a 10-minute video reading sent within 7 days of ordering your request. So that is also an option, a less personal one. And I also have on my website the option to be tipped. Anybody that does tip me, I appreciate you so much. It literally makes me feel so loved and so seen, and it's always a sign for me. So I love you, Strawberries. I love you. I love you. And I also have a membership for my Supreme Strawberries. So if you would like to become a
Supreme Strawberry.
then you can click the link down below in the description, baby. So my membership and my website are both linked down below if you want to check those out. Other than that, let's get into the piles. Pile 1 is going to be this Buddha. I did get this Buddha from a beautiful Indonesian woman when I was waiting to get on my ferry. So maybe that's significant for you. Pile 1. Pile 2 is Victoria's Secret Bombshell Seduction Perfume. I know this is a popular one, so I'm thinking maybe this will be a sign for someone. Maybe you really want this perfume. Maybe you have this perfume. Maybe you used to have this perfume when you were a teenager or something. Pile 3 is going to be this coral. I literally got this snorkeling in the ocean. So maybe turtles are significant for you because I went snorkeling with the turtles. Sorry if you have trypophobia. I'm so sorry. Don't choose that file. Okay, these are the videos, or these are the piles. So we have pile 1, 2, and 3. Okay, if you chose the Buddha, then this is your reading lover. So we're just gonna see what's going on in your love life. Why are you single? Why the fuck are you single? Not that there's anything wrong with that. Insert All the Single Ladies by Beyonce. Edited for editing brightly. Okay, what is going on for the single person watching this right now? I'm sorry, I don't know why that's so funny. I'm not laughing at you. Oh my god, I'm already getting a strong message. Okay, and literally the first card that came out is a message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. Obviously, this card usually comes out when you're already connected to somebody. But the message I'm getting right now is this pile and this collective, you may have already been taking a lot of steps and a lot of actions towards like healing yourself or being your own boyfriend, being your own girlfriend, being your own husband or wife, and just making sure that you are aligned to the timeline where you're getting that kind of treatment by showing up for yourself in that way. So right now, because of that, you may be in the 5D actually connected to a connection right now. Somebody that you are soon going to meet. That is so crazy that there was literally a bike just like it's coming by. You know what I mean? That was crazy. I'm getting that immediately though. Because I am feeling called to use this heart romance deck, you know. Yeah, and then we have sexual union. Honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. Okay, this is interesting. You're aligned to somebody. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then on the right side, we have the past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. And then don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only being true to yourself that you can be true to others. This is on the right side of the spread, these two cards. The left side of the spread is like, we're aligned, baby. Okay, so there's a purge here that it needs to happen concerning your intentions when you're showing up for yourself every day. And with these two cards being on the right side of the spread, it's giving me hyper independence / intellectualizing your whole life. So you may have had an intention or a time in your life where you had to look at yourself. You had to say like, where am I codependent? Where am I avoidant? You know, where am I settling for something that isn't good for me? And so you had to consistently be aware of your patterns and then take action to break the patterns. So now it kind of feels like you're in a reality where you're saying, okay, I am going to show up for myself in this way, this way, this way, this way. And then once I'm like completed that, then I'm going to be able to have this romantic love. Instead of having the mindset of, imagine I have a healthy relationship. It's happening. I'm safe and I'm secure. How am I acting? In that reality, you're not perfecting yourself. You're not like over analyzing your life or your actions. You're just in the space of enjoyment. You're enjoying the connection. So right now, there is kind of a need here for you to let go of perfecting yourself for a manifestation. Because then if you do that and then you get the manifestation while you're perfecting yourself, then you create actually a fear of the fact that now that if I stop perfecting myself, this manifestation is going to leave. Because I didn't attract it because I'm just good enough and I am who I am. I attracted it because I was growing. So like that's a kind of energy here. There's a mindset and a sense of self that is for you, like you're dependent on your manifestation. I'm actually gonna clarify these cards with my Mystic Marsh. Should I leave that in? Should I leave it in? It's so funny. Oh my god, it's so funny. Okay. Shut the fuck up, guys. You're literally gonna meet something. I think you're gonna meet this person soon. Okay, so a message for you, which I was channeling the energy that you're connected to somebody, is literally being clarified by the Galactic Federation. This is a card about chances in meeting, community, soul family, like people that you're supposed to meet. We'll get into tarot to see maybe how exactly you'll meet that person. But it feels soon. It feels like maybe in the next month or so you could meet this person. Okay, sexual union is being clarified by Lyrans. That's interesting to me here. That's why I'm like, your guides want you to have confidence in being able to see yourself in someone else instead of seeing somebody and saying, I need to grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. You're able to actually like enjoy the connection. Like that is something that's really big for you. Like your sense of security isn't coming from using the person as a mirror. Your sense of security is coming from being in the present moment. You know what I mean? Okay, that's too many. That's too many. The Divine Masculine card was just on the bottom of the deck. Bro, I think you had a lot of past lives where you were either codependent or avoidant, and it maybe got you into some toxic relationships, because with the past is now behind you is being clarified by Ouroboros. This is a past life card, but it's also a card that means when it's upright, and it is coming out in the upright position, you are actually breaking out of a cycle that you maybe weren't able to break out of lifetime after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. So, what I think this is you actually being able to have security within your lower 3 chakras. So your sense of confidence, your sense of emotional safety, and your sense of safety, just in general, your sense of safety. So then you can actually be in the present moment because you know that you can provide all of that to yourself. And right now, you are giving that to yourself by growing. But the thing is that your confidence is relying on somebody else helping you grow rather than just growing in the present moment. So saying how you're like picking it out. How can I look at this to grow? Where do I need to grow? What do I need to do? You're looking outside instead of saying, I'm going to enjoy this moment. And if I have a trigger that comes up, I'll deal with that trigger in the present moment, and I'll trust that I'm going to recognize it in the present moment, and then I'll deal with it then instead of looking for it. That's like the biggest wound here for you. And it's something that definitely is coming from your inner child that I think that you've healed. And this is the same thing. Don't make decisions based on guilt of what you think you should do, for it is only being true to yourself that you can be true to others. Okay. You may have a pattern here of showing up in relationships from a space of like emotional avoidance. I don't even want to say avoidance. I'm going to give an example. So it's like, say you have a fear that somebody's pulling away. You're talking to somebody and you have a fear that they're pulling away. Then you respond accordingly to protect yourself. So you say, okay, they're pulling away and I really like them. So now I'm going to pull my energy back to protect myself. So now you're acting with strategy. Instead of saying, okay, they have not proven me, they have not shown me in any way, shape, or form, or told me or communicated that something is wrong. So unless something has been communicated to be wrong, nothing is wrong. And so I'm going to show up and I'm going to give this person what I want to give them. It's about you. I want to text them good morning. I want to message them and say, hey, I'm thinking of you. I want to do this. Not, I'm not going to do it because I'm afraid that if I do, they're going to run away, or they're going to pull away, or they're not going to like it, or I'm going to be too vulnerable. Like, that's this energy of doing something from a space of guilt, and instead of enjoying the connection and doing it because you want to. So for some of you, I know I had a client recently that really helped her. Unless something has been communicated, there's nothing wrong. And if there was something wrong and it wasn't communicated, that's not your problem, because it's not your responsibility to psychoanalyze other people's emotions and act accordingly to that. It's your job to know how you feel and show up how you want to show up. And if somebody doesn't like that or they aren't okay with that, it's their job to communicate. So I'm gonna pull with my tarot deck to see. Yeah, Seven of Swords reversed on the bottom. See, this is like a really big form of self-sabotage that's blocking your intuition. You're really working on this though. I think you've gotten manipulated a lot. Okay, where are they gonna meet? Clarify this. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god, 10 of Cups, guys. This keeps coming out. I'm gonna take it because it's the second time it came out. Seven of Swords reversed, mirroring the Justice with the 10 of Cups in the middle. You may meet this person when you're like on a vacation, or when you're like taking some kind of action for yourself. Like I said, when you're in this energy of being in the present moment, you're not overthinking, you're not going on vacation or taking an action being like, I just thought at 11:11, I need to do this so I can grow. I need to do this so my life doesn't fall apart. I need to be mature so I can make sure that I attract a good partner. You're like, you know what? Let me fucking do something because it's fun. That's the intention that your guides are wanting you to have. That's when you're going to meet this person, is when you're in this Queen of Wands, like, attractive energy. That's so loud. I mean, I've had freaking lawnmowers in my past in the videos, so whatever. Okay, yeah, that's what I mean. This is gonna be a love that literally helps you recognize self-sabotage that you have. But you need to be aware of it first, so then when this person, when their love mirrors to you and your actions show up like this, you're able to recognize it. So that's why your guides are probably showing you this reading right now, so you can be aware of this, so you can work on being in the present moment and not allowing your fears of and needing to protect yourself sabotage this connection. Okay, that was pile number 1. Now let me clear my spread and let's get to pile number 2. If you chose this perfume, then this is your reading, lovebird. Let's see. What? You're single? Why? I don't know why I keep starting it like that. What's going on in your love life? Is there somebody coming? What do your guides want you to be focusing on? I'm actually feeling called to use my past life. Did you guys see that? Did you see that? As it's literally on camera. I'm going to be using my past life deck here, because there might be something that you're breaking out of, or you're attracting somebody that you've had a past life with, and you might meet in a significant way. I actually got that because I'm literally getting... I just saw fisherman, pirate and fisherman. Maybe, I'm not going to say anything yet actually, because I want them to come out. But let's see. What do you guys have for pile 2ers? Okay, you're definitely closing out a cycle here. This is so many of my collective here that I'm reading for. This is a similar message to pile 1, except there is something here about you just like never being able to enjoy a connection. And I'm really interested to pull the past life deck, because this might have been something of forbidden love, or this might have been something where it's like you know, like Romeo and Juliet or something like that, where you're a pirate. No, the other person is a pirate, you're a mermaid. Like Ariel. Like, how are you supposed to be together? So you can't enjoy that. There's no enjoyment of the connection. And to face this, I'm honestly channeling, you might attract, or you might have attracted people in the past that live really far away from you, that have like, there's a long distance, because it forces you to deal with the hurt of that wound, but to create a connection regardless. That's so interesting that I'm getting that. So if you normally attract long distance partners, that could be why. You know what, bro, fucking pirate. Pirates are significant. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm not even kidding you. This sailboat pirate energy is coming through so strong. Okay, so I have these cards out here. We have 4-4. 4-4 on the right side. Yeah, this is something about how you're able to take action, or how you're taking action. I need to get into this deck. This is going to give me the clarity. Oh, tell me why I'm cutting it to a fucking pirate. If you resonate with the ocean, or you resonate with like being a pirate, maybe if you're a non-girly watching this, or maybe you resonate with being a mermaid or Atlantis or something like that, this could definitely be for you. Bro, that is actually insane that I felt called to grab this deck, because we literally have past life review, astral experiences, past life review. So present power coming in here, and then past life review. What this is giving me is right now you're going through an initiation to meet somebody that you met in a past life. That's literally like straight up, that's how this is coming through. So with the past life review, you could be currently learning a lesson where you need to bring presence. Like, you have to bring presence. And what I mean by that is, if you are in a long distance relationship, or you're in a connection in any capacity, and you are yearning for something that you don't have, that is in your mind. That is in your head. That means that you are wanting emotionally something from the future that you don't have right now. So a connection, like a long distance connection, the reason it's so challenging is because it forces humans to need to show up for themselves the way that they want their partner to show up for them. So you can receive from your partner through communication, through validation, through FaceTimes, through, you know, whatever you're doing over the phone. But then if you're wanting physical touch, you can't get that from your partner if they're far away. Yeah, like, you can't get that. So there is an energy here of you creating presence in a connection so you could manifest something that is actually abundantly in your life. So I don't feel like this is a long distance relationship. I feel like that's something you've attracted in the past. And I feel like that this is something that you're actually working through when being able to be present for yourself. Because, guys, I'm not even fucking playing right now. Pirate just came out. Look. You're attracting a pirate, somebody that you had a past life with. Yeah, and then we have discrimination coming out. Okay. Why does this keep coming out? Delusions. This is kind of mirroring to me what I was just saying. So if you in connections have gotten too attached to what you want from somebody or the future of something, this message is definitely for you. And that's actually a wound from a past life. There's something here that your guides are kind of asking you to say, like present power is saying, I'm idolizing this connection with somebody. I'm idolizing a future. Present energy is, in my present moment, I don't have whatever I'm wanting. So how do I want to feel? How am I feeling in whatever I'm idolizing? And how can I take action to give that to myself? That is giving yourself present love and present attention and present energy. You're showing up for yourself in the present moment instead of putting your feelings aside for a future event. So with that being said, when you're showing up, we manifest people that treat us the same way we treat ourselves. So if you are only showing up halfway for yourself, you're going to attract somebody that's showing up halfway for you. So with the delusions coming out on top of joyous fun, there is kind of an energy here of you working through idolizing relationships and actually being able to show up for yourself in that way to manifest that. That's why this is past life review, because this is a really big, I think that this is, oh wait, that's so interesting what I'm just seeing right now. I think this is a really big codependent cycle for you. Like you've been very codependent in past lives, which caused you to have this mindset. So we have drowning coming out. And then, oh, Buddha aesthetic on here. Okay, so you could be very spiritual. That's, if you're getting a reading right now about like a past life, you're definitely spiritual. We have drowning and overcoming loss. So the fact that I'm getting pirate and I'm getting, you maybe had a past life where your partner died. Like maybe your partner died at sea. There's something here about drowning, but the drowning is not only giving me physical drowning, maybe you're afraid of drowning, but with the delusions in drowning, it's also giving me emotions are representative of water. So if you're creating illusions of the future that you don't have, you're drowning. You're literally drowning in emotions that you want, and without being able to presently be able to give that to yourself. I just saw widower. You've definitely had a past life where you lost your partner. I think that's a wound that you carry that causes you to idolize the future because you have an innate fear that it's not going to last, that you're going to lose that person. So then you'd rather not be present in the connection, because if you're fully present, you're feeling all of the love. But if you're idolizing it, you're not present, and it's safer for your mind. Okay, that's definitely something that I'm getting here. Okay. That's interesting. Okay, so we have a decrease card here on the right. Decrease in conflict. Extraterrestrial even coming out. Okay, whoever you're attracting, this is somebody that's going to be a little bit older than you. All right, that's coming out really, really clear. This person's going to be older than you. Maybe you're into older people. I need to clarify this section before I say anything. Bro, that's what I'm saying. What am I saying about like forbidden love? Relationship lesson on the bottom of the deck with irreconcilable differences. Like, I feel like you could consistently attract people that maybe the people that you like, they have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, or they don't want commitment, or their parents, or you have different religions. Like, there's something here about you consistently attracting something that you idolize that you don't actually have. And your guides are wanting you to work through this by actually showing up for yourself in the way that you want these people to show up for you, so you can know what it feels like to have present energy, present love. So that's literally the biggest lesson for you. So I would even ask yourself, go to the 5, and then obsessed coming through. Go to the 5 love languages, and every single day when you work through this wound, you have an expectation. That's what it is. Like, you have an egoic expectation that love is only accessible outside of yourself. So because you have this expectation, then you see somebody and you can't even see the love that they're giving you because you have an expectation. So the way that you break this is like when you're showing up for yourself, you're taking yourself on dates, you're hugging yourself, you're writing yourself letters, you are buying yourself things, you're spending quality time with yourself, drawing yourself baths, meditating, you know, whatever it is, how you're showing up for yourself. You have a disappointment. Like, I want somebody else to be doing this for me. I want someone else to hug me. I want someone else to do this. And what you're doing when you process the emotions related to those thoughts is you're letting go of that emotional expectation that you're not getting it right now. Because when you're holding yourself, you can't recognize that you're getting it right now because your brain is saying, I want it from someone else. So the more that you consistently show up and show up and show up and show up, regardless of these emotions, and you process these emotions, you're letting go of that expectation. So then one day, it's going to be the best thing you've ever done. You're going to hug yourself and you're going to be like, this feels so fucking good. Like, I literally don't need this from anybody. It feels so good. And that's when you attract it from somebody else. So that is definitely a big wound that your guides are wanting you to work through. And I think that the 8 of Swords is on the bottom with the 7 of Swords reversed. That's what I mean. So there is some self-sabotage going on when it comes to like idolizing a connection. So I think if you can take action on processing your emotions, and what I mean by that is taking action to love yourself, feeling disappointed, just literally crying about wanting it from somebody else and processing that, and then continuing to love yourself anyway. Love yourself, process the emotions, love yourself. Like, that's literally the lesson here. And allow that to help to unfold any other lesson that you're learning here. Anything else? I think that's like the main message that I'm getting here. Yeah, clarity. Your guides want you to get emotional clarity. Short little message. If you right now are single and you're dealing with a friends with benefits, they really want you to recognize where in your past is this coming from. If you had an emotionally unavailable dad, where you were constantly chasing the idea of him giving you the emotional love that you want, but he never did, maybe that's why you're in some type of dynamic where somebody's not showing up for you emotionally because your inner child is used to that. So how can I show up for myself the way I wanted my dad to show up for me, to break the illusion of what I'm wanting from this person? Because some of you are in like a friends with benefits right now, and it's not equal. It's not an equal situation, and this person is not showing up for you. Okay. I love you. You've got this. Let me clear my spread, and we'll get to pile number 3. If you chose the coral, then this is your reading. Confirmation from the freaking rooster. Okay, so let's see. What's your advice on being single? What's your advice on being single? Pile 3. Okay, send it out, please. I'm not taking flush cards. Okay, there is a fear of abandonment here coming through. There is definitely a fear of abandonment here that causes you to intellectualize connections and not be fully present. Okay. This is interesting right now. Your energy feels like somebody that you consistently attract soul connections that are always mirroring to you a really big lesson. So even if you don't talk to somebody for a really long time and then you attract someone, it's like you have a really big lesson with that person. So you maybe are someone that's been in like long-term relationships, or maybe like anywhere like 6 months and above, but it's always something that mirrors to like a really big energy. But I am channeling a little bit like if you have a spiritual connection with somebody, or you're connected to somebody in a spiritual way, or maybe like an ex or something, this is actually a pattern for you. And it's a fear of abandonment. It's an energy of like you not wanting to like let go of something from your past, because you're afraid that if you do let go of it, then you've actually been abandoned, or you're then actually completely alone. Like you need the idea of somebody coming back to you in order for you to feel comfortable and feel safe, because if you don't, then you're completely alone. You don't have something to look forward to. Like there is something here about you like needing something in the future to look forward to, otherwise you can't find like satisfaction. There is like a big message here that I'm getting for you, is that if you are holding on to somebody from your past, this is directly in the way of you attracting somebody new, like you manifesting like a love. Like this is coming out really big. Yeah, like you're getting emotional validation from idolizing some type of future or planning some type of future with somebody. This is a trust issue with yourself. Like I said, the reason why you're doing this is because the feeling that you get in your body from idolizing or like wanting or planning a future with somebody that isn't in your life, it's actually, you're like, you don't trust that if you let go of that, then you're gonna get something else, or you're gonna attract something else. And you could perceive that as a trust issue with the universe. I don't trust that if I let go of this person, that I'm going to attract something better. I don't trust that the universe is gonna give me something better. But what you need to remember is you are the universe. You co-create your reality. So it's a trust issue with yourself. You're saying, I don't trust that I've done enough healing or that I'm good enough to attract something better. So I'm going to hold on to something that's actually not giving anything to me. Like, there's a level up in your mindset. You could resonate with mermaids as well, which again I got in the last pile. This could, if you maybe resonate with the last pile and this pile. So if you didn't watch that one, maybe go watch pile 2 as well. See if it resonates for you. But you're working through a really big trust issue with yourself, and it's actually about trusting your intuition in a grounded standpoint. Like, if you are getting signs about somebody or you're getting messages about somebody, those messages and signs don't have to mean that you're going to be with that person forever or that person is meant to be with you. All it could mean is that you are actually manifesting signs of that person by idolizing future with that person. Like, because you are the universe, you are co-creating yourself and you're creating those signs for yourself. So the more you focus on that person, the more you're going to get validation of the fact that you're focusing on that person, and that's all it is. So honestly, like, you being able to interpret something from a space of emotional intelligence rather than a space of like intellectualizing is really going to benefit you. With the Merkaba on the bottom, Ouroboros, and then Sirius A, there's a really big energy here for you to look at a sign or look at whatever it is that you're seeing in the future, whatever it is that you're planning, whatever it is you're wanting from this person, to feel it in your body. How does this person actually make me feel? Not how do I want them to make me feel. And this is even a pattern that you could carry in relationships, is you idolize how you want someone to make you feel, and then you choose to feel that way, instead of actually saying, how do they and their present actions make me feel? And if you are idolizing somebody that isn't showing up for you, I'm sure that it's not a positive feeling. Like, they're not texting you, they're not messaging you, they're not taking action on you, like, that's not going to make you feel good. So that is something that your guides want you to like focus on, to prove to yourself that you can be there for yourself the way that you're wanting this person to be, so you can recognize that they're not actually doing anything for you by you wanting a future with them. Like, it's an illusion of comfort. Actually, I'm gonna use this deck. Okay, yeah, so this pile, there's definitely a need to let go of the past. Let go of somebody. There's someone you need to let go of. Send it out. Okay, for some of you, this might not be a spiritual connection. It could be for some of you, but for others, it may just be you having short-lived connections and then holding on to that connection. And then someone else comes into your life, and then you get obsessed with that person, and then you idolize that. And then that's just a pattern that repeats itself. So that keys on a ring, this is like one night stand type energy. So then you become attached easily. I definitely feel like whoever I'm talking to becomes attached easily. That's being clarified by third eye. Third eye is being clarified by today. This is literally not dealing with hurt, avoiding conversation, boundaries, still angry, and this is on third eye. So the fact that it's like your intuition is the way you're intuitively perceiving things is to validate a loss or like a hurt that you have. So it's like, this person, oh my gosh, like, we're literally meant to be together forever. Like, this person is so significant. This is so crazy. And then it ends up not being anything. And you chose to perceive it that way because you have hurt inside of your body that you're wanting somebody else to heal. That's why there's a need here to like look at how you're actually feeling so you can do something about it. So you can attract somebody else that is going to do the same. Because like I said in previous piles, people treat us the same way we treat ourselves. Like, we attract people that treat us the same way we treat ourselves. Yeah, you just like want to meet the one. So this perspective, this might be mirror literally on the bottom. That's what I mean. You got to like look in the freaking mirror. Like, look what these people are actually showing you. I really want you to take this how it resonates, okay? And this might be kind of like a painful realization, but your guides are actually wanting you to live in a reality and let go of the idea of meeting the one. Because when you have that intention of meeting the one, every single person you meet becomes the one, and then that's where the idolization is created. But if you can let go of the emotional attachment that you have towards meeting your forever person, then one day you'll meet somebody and you'll just be like, oh, this is a cool person. Instead of saying, oh, this is my husband, this is my wife, oh my God, we're gonna be together forever. You're like, this is a cool person. And then that cool person ends up being your wife or husband. And you're not idolizing the connection because you're actually present in enjoying what it is, because you're not so attached to what it could be. That's like a big lesson for you here. So process your emotions around what it would feel like to let go of meeting the one. Like what if you never met the one? And if that makes you really sad and that scares the shit out of you, there's some emotions that you need to process. It doesn't mean that it has to be true, but it does mean that if you can sit with what that reality feels like, it will help you detach from this expectation that you have. Send it out. Yeah, and then we have passion coming out on top of Alpha Centaurians. This is the card about like planning and foresight strategy. So looking towards the future. Passion is an energy of suppression of emotions. So it can be healthy if it's in balance, but if you only are seeking something that's passionate, then that looks like I'm happy, and so I want somebody that's going to expand that happiness. Or I'm sad and I want someone that's going to replace that sadness. So passion is an energy that's often used to replace or suppress emotions. So it's somebody that is consistently seeking something that's passionate is actually avoiding being present with their emotions, because they want somebody to be their drug and to make them feel high, or they want somebody to be their drug so they don't have to feel sad or they don't have to feel down. Like that is something that, again, like that your guides want you to look in your body, how you're actually feeling. I cut it to mirror again as I'm saying that. Like, what am I, with validation, what am I seeking from my past? What do I want from this person? How do I want this person to make me feel? How can I take an action every single day to create that for myself? Even if it's painful, even if it's hard, even if it hurts, how can I do that? See, we have self-indulgence on the bottom with wedding rings. If that's not so loud with what I've been saying this whole entire reading, self-indulgence in the idea of commitment. Like you're overindulging in the future that you're not even. So like there's people that are like, I want a happy family and a happy wife and a happy life, and I just want it to be like this perfect idolized family. It's amazing that you want that. That's amazing. But it's like, to build that connection, here's the point where you're stable, comfy with somebody married. Here, when you meet this person, you're not in the same vibe. You're not going to treat this person like they're your husband or your wife, because you have no idea and you still need to get to know them. And you have to actually be awkward, and you have to build the connection, and you have to choose connection. Like you can't just meet someone and say, this is my husband, this is my wife, and then start treating them as such, because you have to build the connection. So like that's actually a lot of the times it's a fear of vulnerability. And you're afraid that if you're vulnerable, that person is going to leave. So you would rather idolize the idea of them being your husband or wife, so then you're comforted in knowing that, well, they're not going to leave because I know that they're going to be my husband or wife. And then when something happens and you weren't building the connection, you are completely heartbroken and shattered because you were idolizing a connection that wasn't happening instead of prioritizing the connection that was happening. That is like the biggest energy here for you. That's why it's like self-indulgence or self-sabotage, because you could self-sabotage connections by not actually being present in getting to know somebody because you're so caught up in what you want from them. And maybe you attract people that do the same thing. But like I said, this is definitely a trust issue for you. They just clarified the exact same cards. Self-indulgence wedding ring, the chaser, and engagement ring. Like this card literally means codependent relationship, fear of abandonment issue with engagement ring. You're running away from your fear of abandonment by idolizing a future with somebody, and your guides need you to recognize, what if this person isn't my husband? What if they're not my wife? How would I deal with that? And then process those emotions, show up for yourself to prove to yourself that you would be okay, so that can create space for you to actually enjoy the connection for what it is. And this also is a mirror from the fact that you might not even be enjoying a connection with yourself. If you're so caught up in what this future feels like, you're not emotionally fulfilled. So how can you create emotional fulfillment in your day-to-day life so you're not needing to idolize something to be happy? How can you make yourself happy? Okay, that was pile number 3. That one was really deep, honestly. Whoa, damn. Okay. I love you guys so much. I really, really hope that this resonated for you. Honestly, I really hope that this helped you and it gave you clarity, because I know that we all deserve a love. We all deserve a romance. We all deserve a family, if that's what you want. We all deserve what we want. So I just really hope that this helped you get the next step on what to do and how to treat yourself and how to gain faith on the fact that you can have that. You can have that and you do deserve that. Yeah, I really hope this helped you. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate your guys' support so much. A lot of you guys are not subscribed, so please subscribe. Subscribe. Just kidding. Okay, other than that, I will see you guys in my next video.